Hello, my Evilites, Eve here. You ought to know the drill by now. Drawing and designing the future main 6 in my art style, and this time it is Twilight Sparkle's turn.
So if I were to rank Twilight Sparkle in my fave list among the main 6, she would rank a third, because, well, I like Fluttershy best, and I relate to Rarity's creativity, so those are the top 2 for me. So Twilight is the third. She's the main character and an entertaining one at that. For her twilighting freakouts as well as her growth from being very withdrawn and unfriendly to being one of the most understanding and friendliest characters. Not as friendly as Pinkie, mind you, but you know what I mean. I know not everyone loved the idea of her becoming a alicorn princess, but to me it felt like a natural progression for her character, as it was already built up that she had this great destiny that Celestia had in mind for her. And she's not a Mary Sue like a lot of Princess Twilight haters like to say, because she has shown to still have flaws, like how she had trouble accepting Trixie's apology, as well as a bit of an ego when it comes to show how smart she is, like with that episode where she was in a trivia game. And it was nice to see in the future where she rules Equestria that non-pony creatures are starting to integrate into pony society and become more friendly with each other. And I would have loved to see more of that. That is, unfortunately, what happened with G5. Which is why in my headcanon that is just an alternate universe of what would happen if the worst comes to worst. So, the way I like to interpret it is that that didn't happen. So, I'm going to come up with my own headcanons of what really happened, because, yeah, what happened in GE5 really took away all that build-up that Twilight worked so hard for. So with my new design of Princess Twilight Sparkle is that I wanted to make her look regal like Princess Celestia, but not a carbon copy of Celestia. So her mane doesn't move, instead has this flowy feel to it, where it looks quite elegant. And I did try to attempt to change the design of her necklace, but ended up giving up because I couldn't come up with an idea for what the necklace would look like, so I just went with the show style. Yeah, sorry about that. I also wanted to add some patterns just for the fun of it, just to see if I could, like, add a fur pattern that would look good with Twilight. And I was trying to add, like, a sort of a dark sky with little specks that look like stars, and I was afraid it wasn't going to look good. But then I started fiddling with some of the filters and editing the color and such, and before I knew it, Twilight had this frosty look, and I was like, whoa. And I was like, am I crazy, or does that actually look good? You don't see it right now, but you will see it soon. Anyway, I also wanted to experiment more with backgrounds. So in the background, I put out a library chamber because, you know, Twilight and her books. So, and I also fiddled around with the lighting and such to make it look, you know, sort of lifelike. So I hope I did a good job. And, there's the frosty look I mentioned. Now, back to Twilight as a character. I love her dorky personality as a daring-do nerd, as well as being a stickler for details, like her perfectionist tendencies, making sure everything's in order, make sure this is the exact same size, and in ways I can relate to that, as I feel like a lot of people do. I can understand the feeling of wanting things to go perfectly, as well as making sure everyone else is having a good time, and at the same time, not making sure you yourself are having a good time. And there you go, my interpretation of Twilight. I hope you like it. Thank you to those who stick around at the end. If you like what I do, be sure to check out my Ko-fi page where I accept commissions and donations. And be sure to subscribe so I can be one step closer to my dream of doing this full time. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful life. Okay? Okay. Bye!